So welcome to the Knowledge Mint. Today we are going to learn conditional and iterative control structures in PL SQL. So we request you all to please subscribe my channel. So today's learning objective is we'll learn about conditional controls and iterative controls. Under conditional control structures, we'll discuss if else, 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 right? And then under iterative controls, we'll discuss simple loop, while loop, and for loop. These three types of loop are available in PL/SQL. Now, this is the syntax of if statement. First one is if statement. If some condition, if condition is true, then there will be some action. So, take an example. If I want to check whether a given number is even. So I have only one action. If the given number is even, I will be giving you answer. The given number is even. And this kind of problem can be solved with the if statement. There will be one condition and one action. This is if and this is end if. Begin and end. Take second type of else if structure, that is if else. So there will be one condition, but there would be two actions. If this condition is true, then this will be the action. If it is false, then this will be the action. There will be if, else, then end if. Clear? So take a situation where we want to test whether a given number is even or odd. If the number is even, then we'll take this action. If that number is odd, we'll take this action. Clear? So such kind of problem can be solved with the help of if else statement. And take the syntax of if else statement. This is used when you need to use multiple condition. Take one example of electricity bill. Clear? Suppose if your number of units used by you is less than 200, means 1 to 200, no charges. For 200, 1 unit to 400, you need to pay 1 rupees per unit. Then 400 to 600, you need to pay 2 rupees. Then 601 to 800, you need to pay 3 rupees per unit. And finally, at end, if the number of unit consumed is more than 800, then there will be a flat rate of 5 rupees per unit. So such kind of you can say conditions can be translated in form of PL/SQL block with the help of if else statement. This is condition 1. Based on that, there will be action. Condition 2, then action. Similarly, we can have n number of condition and action. And finally, this is the default one. If all condition fails, then the last else condition will be there. Clear? So this is the syntax of if else statement. Now we'll see the example of every type of if statement. See, this is the example for if statement. Here we have used if only. So we have taken a num variable. Its data type is number. This is the begin. We all know that begin statement. If you have not seen my first video, please check it with that video. You will be able to know what is the meaning of begin, what is the meaning of end. So this is the num variable, and this will ask user enter value for number, and once user enters that value, that will go inside num, and then we'll be checking whether the num is divisible by 2 or not with the help of mod function. And if it is divisible by 2, then the output of this particular expression will be 0, and 0 is equal to 0. Then in that condition, this will come as a output. Given number is even. So dbms underscore output dot put underscore line is the package which runs and gives output to the visual display unit. This is if, this is end of if, this is begin, this is end of begin. Only you need to compile. So that we'll learn in the practical part of the video. Next, example of if else statement. Declare we all know. So we have taken a number. We have read the number from using this statement. Then we have checked the number whether the given number is even or odd. If this condition is true, then this will go in the output. Means we'll get output like given number is even. Otherwise, if this condition is false, in that case we'll get a message given number is odd. Means for one condition there are two options. If condition is true, then first statement will go as output, otherwise second statement will go as output. So this is if, else, and if, and this is the end of beginning statement. I hope you are able to understand the use of if else statement. Now we'll learn, or we'll have an example on if else if statement. So see, in this example we are going to generate net salary. So for that we need to take variable ename, which will read name of the employee. This basic variable will be used for reading or taking basic salary from user. DA will be calculated on the basis of basic salary. HRA will be calculated on the basis of basic salary. PF will also be calculated, and finally we'll calculate net salary. And this is very simple. These are the data type and size of the variables. So basic 12,2 means 10 digit will be reserved for integer and 2 digit will be reserved for the decimal part. Similarly, DA 8,2 means 6 digit will be reserved for integer part, integer value, and 2 will be for decimal. Similarly, here 6 digit will be, it will be like 6 plus 2. 8 means 6 plus 2. 6 means 6 digit will be reserved for int data or integer value, 2 will be for decimal. Same is here. Here in case of net salary, we'll have 12,2 means 10 digit will be for integer data and 2 will be reserved for decimal data. So that's how this division is calculated. Now see, this statement begin, सबको पता, we all know that begin का meaning क्या है. Program will begin from here. This statement will read name of the employee from the user, and the read name will be assigned to this variable ename, and this is called assignment operator. Now this second line will read basic salary of the employee to this basic salary variable. Now what is DA? DA is calculated, means DA is 41% of basic. 41% means basic into 41 by 100 will calculate DA in this variable. HRA is 15%, so basic into 15 by 100 will be calculated in and will be placed in HRA variable. Colon equal is the basically assignment operator. So what will be the output of this statement will go in DA. What will be the output of this particular part of code will go in HRA. Now comes if basic is less than 3000, then PF will be what? PF will be 5% of basic salary. Next condition says, else if basic is, this is the second condition, greater than equal to 3000 and basic is less than equal to 5000, in that case, what? Basic will be 7% of, PF will be 7% of basic. Similarly, if basic is greater than equal to 5000 and basic is less than equal to 8000, in that case PF will be 8% of basic. Clear? Otherwise, means beyond 8000, suppose if your basic is 8001, in that case there is a flat rate or flat percentage. That is, if your DA basic is more than 8000, in that case your PF will be calculated as 10% of basic salary. And that's how this if is going to end here. And now you can understand how to use multiple condition in your program with the help of if else if statement. Right? So else if में यहाँ पे E नहीं आता, ELSE नहीं आएगा, only you need to write ELSIF, right? So net salary, the formula of net salary means basic salary plus DA plus HRA minus PF. That will become the net salary. And here DBMS output, you will be printing name of the employee. That will be printed with the help of this. This is pipe sign. This will club this comment. Comment is always within single quote. See it, single quote here, single quote here. This will go as it is, and then value of ename will be printed here. Then provident fund will be printed, and that will come from PF variable. Net salary will be printed here, and net salary will come from net salary variable. This is the end of the program, and this will learn in the practical session by doing the hands-on. Now comes looping, that is called iterative control structure. So PLSQL is having a simple loop where you write loop, then number of SQL statements. For simple loop, you need to write a condition exit, and then you need to have a ending condition over here, and this is the end of the loop. So the loop ends when you use exit when statement. Otherwise this loop become endless loop, and this will keep on going, right? So it is a must to have exit when statement if you are using loop and end loop, right? And that this condition will terminate the loop. Now see, this is the example of a simple loop. I have taken a num variable, then I have taken a sum variable, and this is the program of finding sum of 100 numbers, right? So by default we have taken the sum1, because sum is a function name, so I cannot take sum as it is. This will throw an error. So I have declared a variable sum1. It is of number type and default value is 0. तो मैंने इसको initialize कर दिया 0 से. Now we'll begin. In the beginning of, we'll assign or we'll initialize num as 1, because we need to find 100 sum of first 100 numbers. The first number is 1, then we'll go inside loop, and then sum1 will be sum1 colon equals to sum1 plus num. So initial value of sum1 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1, and exit when num equals to 0. So this is the ending condition of the loop. Every time this loop will run, the value of num will increase by 1. This will keep on going and this statement will keep on adding these numbers, and finally we'll get sum. And this is the end of the loop. This is the beginning of the loop, this is the end of the loop, this is beginning of the program, this is end of the program, and end of the program will be getting sum of first 100 numbers. This was about simple loop. Now comes while condition, or you can say while loop. So while, then you need to provide a valid condition to terminate. Then like opening and closing bracket of C, यहाँ हम लोग यूज करते हैं loop and end loop, right? So see the what we call it program. So this is a program to print table of a given number. So this is a number variable which will be read from user, and this is a counter which will count number of times you need print the table. So this dbms output dot put underscore line will print this line. He enter a number to print table of 8. Then that number will be read by this statement, and before entering into the loop, counter has to be initialized. So initial value of counter is 1. While counter CNT is less than equal to 10, this loop will keep on going. Then this is the loop, this is end loop. Within loop what we are doing? Num. तो initially num की वैल्यू क्या है? जो भी आप देंगे, मान लीजिए suppose you have given 2, तो 2, then this will be printed as it is. CNT is initially first time is 1, and then equal to आ जाएगा यहाँ से. This will bring equal to, this bring CNT will bring 1, and num will bring 2, because for example suppose I have given 2 here, and CNT into num means CNT is 1, or num in this case we have taken 2, so it is 2 into 1 is 2. Next time when the value of CNT will increase by 1, this is the increment, then num will remain same throughout the program. CNT will be 2 now. So 2 into 2 will come as 4, 2 into 3 will come as 6. Likewise, this loop will run 10 times and will be able to print table of 2. So this is loop, and this is end of the loop, this is end, and this is begin. Clear? So I hope you are able to understand how to use while loop. Now we'll learn the same program with the help of for loop. For loop, syntax of for loop like this: for I. This is the variable which value will grow. Either it will go upward or will go downward. In, and then reverse is the optional part. If you want to run loop in reverse, then you can use reverse. Lower bound means the lowest value of I. This is I. And upper bound say 10. This is how lower and upper bound is used. This 2 dots is mandatory. It is part of syntax. So take care, you cannot keep it 1, you cannot keep it 3. It has to be 2. Now this is the beginning of loop, this is end of the loop. In between you have SQL statements. Now this is also the program to print table of a given number. So this num is a variable, this I is act as a counter. Data type of both the variable is same number and size is 2. This is the beginning of the program, and this is the statement will give you the message to the user, enter a number to print table of it, and that number will be read with the help of this statement. And for loop will, this is the variable whose value will vary from 1 to 10 in 1 to 10. So this loop will this value of I will vary from 1 to 10, but initial value of I will be 1 and maximum value of I will be 10. And this is the beginning of loop, this is the end of the loop, and this is end of the program. So within that what we will get? Suppose I have entered here 3. as input, right? So this num will give us 3. This will be printed as it is, as a star, or you can say multiplication symbol. This I will first time give 1 because the initial value of I is 1. Equal to will come from here, and I into num means 3 into num is 3. Second time what will happen? This num will remain same 3, but I will be 2 because I becomes 2 now. So 3 into 2, and this equal sign will come here, and 3 into 2 is 6. Next time this 3 will remain, num will remain same, that is 3. Star will be printed as it is. Now this value of I will become 3 this time, and equal will be same. The 3 into 3 is 9. That's how that complete table from 3 to 30 will be printed. So please like, subscribe and share my channel. Now we are at SQL prompt. And we'll do hands-on session on if statement, else if statement, and if else statement. First, let us see what I will do. I have already saved the file in my folder, so I'm going to get that. Get, it is in D drive, folder PLSQL, file name if.sql. So see this code, it's very simple. Declare, then we have taken a variable called number, then we have read this number from the user. This statement will check whether a given number is even or not. If this condition is true, in that case we'll get this as output. It has one condition. If condition is true, then we'll get output, otherwise we'll not get any output. So let us see. I have given 4. I am having output what? Given number is even. But if I give 5, I won't get any output. Why? Why I'm not getting any output? Because we have taken if statement without else. So one condition, one output only. That is if condition is true. If false, there is no option. Now go ahead with the second type of structure of if statement, that is if else. So in this statement you will be seeing I have taken a number. Now I am going to read that a number. This condition will test whether the number is even or not. If number is even, means this condition is true. In that case, given number is even will be the masses. Otherwise, if that condition is false, in that case I will get given number is odd. Very simple. Declare करिए. num एक वेरिएबल है जो नंबर को रीड करने के लिए काम आएगा. This statement will give you message and will read the number from the user, and this condition will check, mod function will check whether the number is divisible by 2 or not. This is mod, this is the number, this is the divisibility check. So we are checking division by 2. If this complete statement from this to this will give you answer 0, in that case this condition is true, and then we'll get output given number is even. Otherwise else part will run and will print number odd. So let's run करने के लिए simple आपको फॉरवर्ड स्लैश यूज करना है. You are going to give 4. It says given number is even. Again I am going to rerun. I am giving 5. It is saying that given number is odd. Now we'll see the example of else if ladder. So again we'll get if else if else if else. If else if. So this is the complete code with the if statement. It says declare. I have taken ename variable to read name of the employee. This variable read basic salary of employee. DA will be calculated in this variable. HRA will be calculated in this variable. PF will be calculated in this variable. Net salary will be calculated in this variable. We'll begin. We'll read name of the employee. Then we'll read basic salary of the employee. Then we'll calculate DA, which is 41% of basic. Then we'll calculate HRA, which is 15% of basic. Then we'll calculate PF, but it is based on various criteria. If the basic is less than 3000, then PF will be 5% of basic. Otherwise, else if basic is greater than equal to 3000 and basic is less than equal to 5000, in that case PF is 7% of basic. Else if, next condition, if basic is greater than equal to 5000 and basic is less than equal to 8000, in that case we'll have PF 8% of the basic. Otherwise, beyond 8000 we'll have fixed rate, that is 10% of basic. So this is from here to here is the calculation of PF based on various range, data range you can say, or basic salary range. This is the beginning of if and this is the end of the if, and this is the net salary calculation. Basic plus DA plus HRA minus PF will be the net salary, and then this is to print name, this is to print provident fund, this is to print net salary, and this is the end of the program. So let's see. I am giving Ram as a name, then I am giving 9000 as a salary. So we are getting see it here, employee name is this, provident fund is this, and net salary is this. That's how you will be able to use if else ladder. Now we'll go ahead with loops, that is simple loop. So we'll get again, I have saved that file in S loop. Let me see, S loop. This is a simple loop. I want to, this is the problem which will find sum of 100 numbers, 1 to 100. I want to find sum. I have taken a variable num, and this is sum1 because sum is a function name. I cannot take sum as it is. This is beginning of the program. Initialize num variable with 1, then we'll start the loop. Within the loop we'll do what? Sum will add num into sum and will exit when value of num will be 100, and every time this loop will go, the value of one num will be incremented by 1, and this is the end of the loop, and this will give you at the end of the program will get sum from 1 to 100. Clear? So let's run it. You have got sum between 1 to 100 is 5050, in which 1 and 100 is inclusive. So I think now you are able to understand simple. This is the condition to exit. As and when we'll get number equals to 100, will come out of the loop. Now we'll check while loop. So we have taken a problem to print table of a number using while loop. See it here. This is the number for which we want to print table. This is a counter, simple counter to grow. This is the beginning of the program. This statement will give message, enter a number to print table of it, and this will read a number for which we will be printing the table. This is the counter and its value is 1. While CNT is less than equal to 10 will be in loop. Initially CNT is 1, so this condition is true, this loop will run. And what this loop will do? Will print num. Suppose we have taken 2 as a number, then this will multiply it by star, then CNT is 1 first time, then equal will printed as it is, and CNT into num means suppose that given number is 2, 2 into 1 first time, second 2 into 2, 4, 2 into 3. Likewise, it will run 10 times, and every time this loop will take a round, take an extra loop, then the value of CNT will be added every time. This is the end of the loop, loop, end of the loop, begin, end of the begin. Then see, I am running. It is asking for the number. I am giving 5. See it here. This is the table of 5. Similarly, we'll see and do the same printing of table with the help of for loop. It's very simple. Declaration section, number to read, the number for printing table. This I will act as a counter, and this dbms output dot put underscore line will print the message, will give the message to the user, enter a number to print its table, and this will be read by this num variable. And this is the for loop, will run from 1 to 10, and the value of I will vary from 1 to 10. The initial value of I is 1 and maximum value of I is 10. With this we'll enter into this loop. This is the end of the loop, and every time this loop will be executed, will be getting the number entered by user into symbol as it is. I, the value of I will be first time 1 and the last time it will be 10, equal to will be printed as it is. Every time I, the value of I will be added, and num into I will give you the table. So see, I have given say 4. So see, this 4, 8, 12, 16 will come from this particular part of code, I into num. This will come here. See, equal will come from here. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 will come from this variable. This star will come from here. Star, this star is, and this num will come from this variable. This 4 will come from this variable. So whatever data will enter at this place will come here and will be printed here as a table value. Now you can understand how to use a for loop, how to use while loop, how to use simple loop, how to use if condition, how to use if else condition, and how to use if else if ladder. So thank you so much for watching this long video, but sure, if you repeat again and again, you will be able to clearly use conditional statement as well as iterative control structures, right? Conditional structure as well as iterative control structure. Please like and subscribe my channel. That is very, very important and needed. So it's a humble request. Please like and subscribe my channel.